How many times have you opened a good action fantasy manga and thought, I want to read this forever? For me, it's just way too many times to count. So here we shall look at what I consider the top 10 action fantasy manga that start off with solo leveling and go beyond. It's just my opinion, so feel free to disagree and list your own favorites. With his unique character and unlimited potential, let's start with this action fantasy manga or manhwas that are like solo leveling, which is part 5. Well, do check out the previous videos. And also subscribe and like the video too, man! Number 10. The Book-Eating Magician. Having read nothing but isekai for the past 10 days, I was ready to read anything. Thankfully, The Book-Eating Magician turned out to be good enough of a read. Theodore Miller is a student of the Magic Academy. While his all-life dream is to become a magician, sometimes, unfortunately, you will never win against those who have a talent. This is the same case. Theodore failed many times and had to repeat years simply because he had no talent for magic whatsoever. One day, however, he finds a grimoire that merges with his hand and makes Theodore feed it with magic books and magic artifacts and satisfy its hunger. Of course, otherwise Theo will be devoured instead of books, but he does not really mind it because he finally gains something that he always lacked, the talent. And so Theo's never-ending journey to the deepest mysteries of magic begins. Overall, a pretty good read so far. Like you like the solo leveling, so you'll like this. Number 9. The Jungle Juice. The only thing that is insanely amazing is the art style, the good concept and execution of the art and the story too. Suchan Jung is an extraordinary college student at the top of the social media and the social food chain. Yeah, he's on the media and the food and everything. Not even just the media, the food, the media, basically everything. But underneath the perfect facade, he hides a pair of insect wings that life crumbles when he bares his wings to the world to save someone's life. When all hope seems lost, Suchan stumbles upon a hidden world of insect humans where everyone is accepted for what they are. But the law of the jungle governs this secret society and all must fend for themselves in order to survive. If you're going to read it, then don't read it for the satisfaction of winning against the villain because that won't happen until the end of the manga. You can enjoy the art though. Number 8. Global Martial Arts. A solid read. I'll admit, another system-dependent leveling up martial arts, but at least MC is actually training instead of suddenly being able to do everything. The art is nice though, and the main character, Fang Ping, gets sent back 10 years into a parallel world, resembling his own in everything. But the fact that martial arts is omnipresent and necessary to gain a bright future, will Fang Ping reach his goal and become a mighty martial artist to finance his adorable little sister's empire? Or will he fall and hit his head on a block of tofu and die? Find out by reading. Number 7. The story of a low-rank soldier becoming a monarch. The story of a low-rank soldier becoming a monarch. The story is basically your average soldier with no talent who struggles to become a good warrior. But due to the lack of skills, he gets killed. Yeah, no skill, you get killed. Before dying, he swallows a mysterious artifact only for the enemy to never get it. It turns out that the artifact gives him a second life and a new power. What will it be? The manga has a terrible art, but it's actually rather good and even has a good storyline. And it also has a slow start, but it picks up eventually, and the story and the characters actually get great developing in this. And if you read this one manga, you will know how the protagonist will slowly rise in ranks. I definitely recommend it. Number 6. Ranker's Return. 2021. The story is the same as it always was, but in the remake, the art got a pretty huge upgrade. Expressions, lighting, the mood, set in the manga itself. The MC is the best gamer before in the arena when he deleted the account because he got bored with it. And now he comes back again after 2 years just to make money so that he could pay his father's hospital bills and family's living expenses. Then the MC uses prior knowledge about the game to level up fast. He is also getting jackpot or high knowledge about the game to level up fast. He is also lucky getting jackpot, again and again. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Meanwhile, the MC's character development is also good. He has quirk that makes you laugh throughout. He's laid back too. He's kind of like Dante from DMC, but he's got his own style and he faces hardships too, but he overcomes them all. Number 5, Return of the Legendary Spear Knight. This is actually a very good manga, to be honest. It's a pretty good reincarnation of X Revenge manga, and the MC is noble, and it becomes OP really quickly. The art is amazing. It's so nice to look at, and not in the solo leveling way. It's just very nice to look at, and the character designs because how well colored it is. Furthermore, if you're looking for a story where the MC gets OP as a kid, this is the story for you. Unrivaled Spear Knight, the stereotype that knights must use swords, is broken by the brightest star of the Duke's family. The hero that brought an end to the Empire's civil war, the name of that person is Joshua Sanders. Despite his reputation of being called the Empire's unrivaled spear, he was bleeding dark red blood. Not just by anyone, but by the hand of his own emperor. Caesar, don't think it will end like this. Moments before death, incurred by Magic Circle, the spear that spent its years together with him, Lugia, started to emit an enormous amount of energy. This familiar place, it can be the stable that I used to live in when I was young. My body became young. Lugia, what the hell are you? Joshua returned to his younger self. It's a pretty good manga, to be honest. Basic, but awesome. Number 4. A Villain to Kill. Very cool, very nice. I enjoyed it very much, but even though it had just started. The art is quite good, and the story feels very well thought out. The characters seem to have a deep meaning and an interesting story about them. It's pretty good. It's pretty addicting too. The MC is talented and has a bit of a hot-headed temper, but still has room for growth. I love the artwork and the illustrations. In my opinion, this webtoon questions the meaning of justice. What makes heroes heroes and what makes a villain a villain? Regardless, there's a lot of potential with the story and I can't wait to read more. Number 3. Worn and Torn Newbie. The main plot is not really original, but it's quite well mastered. We know beforehand that the main character is OP, but as time goes by, the story does not become boring. Moreover, the art is almost perfect. It perfectly fits the story, and the manga at the beginning looks like your typical isekai manga, where the main character plays and ruined MMORPG game, and after losing his sword, he gets reborn 15 years to the past. With his knowledge from the past life, becomes one of the strongest and tricky players to ever play this game. Storyline is pretty good. It could be better. There are some parts that could be fixed. Characters in the art are quite likable. In conclusion, it is quite interesting and it's a pretty cool manga. Number 2. Return of the 8th Class Magician. I enjoy the basis of this story, which is extremely similar to Solo Leveling. Art is really good. It's been many years since I've bloodied my hands for the United Empire and its emperor, Ragnar. I wanted to return to my hometown and live a quiet life as if to repent for my sins. However, you are a great 8th class magician who was able to overthrow me and empire at any time. How could I let a monster like you stay alive? After being betrayed on the verge of death by Ragnar, who was my friend as well as my emperor, he stabbed my heart with a dagger that had time magic applied to it. The redemption I want is to put everything back to its place, and the art is good. The plot is engaging, and the way the characters react to everything and different situations, especially the MC, is pretty interesting to see. Number 1. Seoul Station Druid. This manga as an isekai is very fun to read and has a rather strong start. However, the problem is the more you read it, the more you see that little by little the story is heading into stagnation. It stops being, unique. It becomes yet another average manga about an overpowered hero saving the world. What started out as an ordinary day turned upside down when an unknown catastrophe struck Earth, transporting Suho Park to a different planet. He eventually learns how to adapt and fight for his survival in his foreign world, but one day he suddenly just, gets sucked into a new planet. No big deal. Just kidding, it's a big deal. Suho is pulled into an Earth. It's pulled back, actually. And he quickly learns that returning to life as he remembers is no longer possible, as Earth is in a constant battle with monsters who've managed to infiltrate the planet. How will Suho fight against the monsters attacking Earth? And will he be able to survive this time with his current skills? Will he? That's all for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Part 6 is also coming soon, so stay tuned. If you do, give this video a like and share it with your friends and your family. And also, do not forget to subscribe for more Top 10. Stay safe, take care. My name is Zita Khan and I am the voice of the voiceless. See you next time, folks.